Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Well, buckle up, because this time we're heading deep into Chinese mythology.
Oh, fantastic. I love this stuff. Always so much to unpack.
Absolutely. And today, we're going to focus on a text all about this figure, Wuzhiqi. Now, he's not just your average mythological figure. This guy's one of the big ones.
Wuzhiqi, yeah. He's pretty intense.
No kidding.
Yep.
But before we get into all that, let me set the scene a bit, okay?
Go for it.
So picture ancient China, right? At the time of these massive floods, and this legendary hero, Yu the Great, is trying to, tame the waters.
Yu the Great, yeah. A central figure basically trying to bring order to chaos.
Right. And that's where Wuzhiqi comes in.
Okay, so let's talk about Wuzhiqi. What makes this guy so special?
Well, first off, just try and picture him. This towering figure covered in fiery red fur, a copper helmet, iron staff, and get this, golden eyes. Like piercing, all-seeing golden eyes.
Ah, the golden eyes. That's a big one in Chinese mythology, isn't it?
It is. So tell us, what's the significance of those golden eyes?
Well, in Chinese mythology, gold is often associated with the sun, right? So those golden eyes, they're not just for show. They suggest that Wuzhiqi can see the truth, just like the sun illuminates everything.
Okay, so he's not just some big brute. He's got this wisdom, this insight, too.
Exactly. And that's what makes him even more fascinating.
Right. So we've got this powerful, insightful being. But here's the thing. He's not exactly thrilled with humans messing around with the rivers. He's got his own ideas about how things should go.
Oh, yeah. Wuzhiqi, he's all about letting the waters flow freely. Total opposite to Yu the Great's whole mission.
So it's like this classic battle, human needs versus the power of nature. And it all comes to a head in this epic 3-day battle. Wuzhiqi and Yu the Great going at it on the banks of the Huai River. Can you imagine that scene?
It's the kind of imagery that sticks with you, right? The struggle between order and chaos, control and freedom probably reflects how the ancient Chinese saw the relationship with nature. It wasn't about conquering it, but finding a way to coexist.
And that's what makes what happens next even crazier. So Yu the Great, he manages to capture Wuzhiqi, right? Using this magical demon-subduing rope.
A demon-subduing rope! Love it! Those magical artifacts always add another layer of intrigue.
Right. Maybe we'll do a whole deep dive on those someday. But anyway, so Yu's got Wuzhiqi captured. Now, you'd think, okay, that's it for him, right?
I mean, you've subdued the untamed force. Seems like a logical next step to just...
Get rid of them, right?
Right.
But no, Yu's Great, he doesn't kill Wuzhiqi. Instead, he gives him a job.
Wait, really? What kind of job?
He puts him in charge of guarding the southern mountains and, get this, helping to control the waters.
Wow. That's a total turnaround. Talk about adding another layer to the whole order versus chaos theme.
It really is. And here's the thing, it doesn't end there. Over time, Wuzhiqi's image in folktales starts to shift. Like people start to see him less as this fearsome demon and more as this, well, almost benevolent figure.
Yeah. There are stories about people praying to him for rain during droughts, and Wuzhiqi actually answers their prayers.
I mean, think about it. They went from fearing this guy to, worshiping him. What do you think caused that shift?
It's such an interesting evolution, isn't it? Maybe people began to understand that his power wasn't inherently bad. It was about how that power was used. And maybe, just maybe, they saw him as a force that could be appealed to, a source of hope when they needed it most.
That makes sense. And, there are all these other stories about Wuzhiqi, too, right? Like him transforming into a giant ape to protect forests, helping people in need, using those golden eyes to warn of disasters.
Exactly. And all of that shows just how much myths can change and adapt over time. What was once seen as purely destructive, Wuzhiqi becomes more nuanced, this mix of raw power and compassion.
It's like our own understanding of nature, right?
Yeah.
It's not always black and white, good or bad. It's complex.
Yeah.
And that brings me back to those golden eyes. What do you think Wuzhiqi truly saw with them? Was it just the physical world or something more?
That's a question worth pondering, isn't it? And it reminds us that this is just one story from the massive, incredibly rich world of Chinese mythology. There are so many more deep dives waiting for us out there.
So many more stories to uncover. Until next time.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.